Okay. The other thing we're going to work with in this lesson is what they call a regular polygon, and then we're going to be solving for a missing side. So a regular polygon is going to be a polygon where all sides are congruent, that means equal to each other, and all angles are congruent. So these are some examples of regular polygons. So what they mean is all of these sides are the same length. Okay, all of these angles are the same angle measure. Okay, if we know that, then we can go through and actually find any one of them. So when it's regular, that means everything's equal to each other. So it says, would a rectangle be considered a regular polygon? If I were to go through and actually draw a rectangle, let me just grab up here a rectangle. Does it meet the qualifications? Well, it has to be all sides are congruent. Is this side right here the same length as that side? No. So a rectangle would not be considered a regular polygon. Yes, all of the angles are equal, but not all of the sides are equal. So here it says, find the measure of each angle of the above triangles. So we're going to use the information that we had on our previous slide, and we're going to find the angle measure. So if we go through and count the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minus 2 would give us 3 triangles, and we're going to take that times 180. So if we do 3 times 180, that gives us 540 degrees. Now, if every angle measure is equal to each other, that means I can now take this 540 and divide it by the 5 angles that are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 angles, right? So if I divide that by 5, it's going to tell me what each one is worth. So 540 divided by 5 gives me 108 degrees for each angle measure. Whoops, and then I'm going to write 180. So 108 degrees for each angle measure, meaning each of these is 108 degrees. Okay, the only time this works is on a regular polygon. So there I have a triangle. We know a triangle is 180 degrees. So I have 3 angle measures. Remember, it's regular, which means they're all congruent or equal to each other. So if we take 180 and divide that by 3, it gives us 60 degrees for each of these. Okay, so let's do the square that's there. If I do the square, well, we've got 4 sides. So we've got 4 minus 2 gives us 2 triangles in there, times the 180 gives us 360 degrees. Now if we divide that by the 4 angles that are there, so divide by 4, that gives us 90 degrees. And I know you guys all know that a rectangle or a square has a 90-degree angle measure, but this is just practicing that concept. So I want you to go ahead now and use that concept to solve for this one. So your first step is to find how many degrees are in there, and then go back and count how many vertices are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to divide your answer, your sum, by 6. So go ahead and pause your video and work your way through that one. Okay, when you do this, you should have ended up with 120 degrees, because we would take 6, the number of sides, minus 2, which would be 4, so there's 4 triangles, times the 180 gave us 720, and then we divided that by the 6 sides that are there. And we ended up with 120 degrees for each of these angle measures. Okay, so that's working with a regular polygon. Now we're going to go ahead and finish out this lesson by working with